Good day, everyone. Welcome to our class. Today, we will learn about vegetables. Learning outcomes. At the end of the lesson, the students will be able to identify the principles of vegetable cookery, apply the food presentation principles in cooking vegetables, and lastly, observe safety and sanitation when working in the kitchen. So, what is vegetable? Vegetables refers to the fresh edible parts of some herbaceous plants, roots, stems, leaves, flowers, fruits, or seeds. General preparation guidelines. Vegetable cookery. First, cook fresh green vegetables uncovered for the first few minutes and continue cooking until tender and slightly crispy. Second, peel and cut vegetables just before cooking. Avoid soaking them in water. Third, never cook vegetables in an iron container. Enamelware is suitable and preferable. Fourth, use the smallest amount of water possibly in boiling leafy vegetables. If vegetables are too cooked with meat, add the vegetables just before the meat gets too tender. Fifth, to preserve the green color of vegetables, avoid overcooking them. Do not use baking soda and cover the pans for the first 2 or 3 minutes. 6. Use the same water in which dried legumes are soaked by simmering the instead of boiling. 7. Cook starchy vegetables such as potatoes, gabi, etc. long enough to gelatinize. Drain off the water after boiling. 8. Save the liquid left after cooking vegetables. Use it for gravies and sauces. 9. See the cooked vegetables are crispy rather than mushy, with flavored and color as natural as possible. And lastly, for the best method of cooking frozen vegetables, read what is stated on the package. On the other hand, canned vegetables have already been cooked. They need only to be heated and seasoned. To prepare dehydrated vegetables, add water and cook according to the direction on the package. Selection of vegetables. Beans. Firm, clean, tender, crisp pods, seeds hardly grown. Cabbage. Hard, compact heads, greenish white in color. Puff, slightly yellowed leaves indicates over mature. Carrots. Firm, fresh, smooth, well-shaped roots of bright yellow to orange color. Cucumbers. Firm, fresh, well-shaped bodies and firm, crisp, tender flesh, immatured seed. Eggplant. Firm, heavy body of a uniform dark, rich purple color, free of scars or decay. Onion. Bright, clean, hard, well-shaped globes with dry skins. Squash. Fresh, bright colored, hard rind. Tomatoes. Well-formed, plump bodies with a uniform red color. Changes during heating. When heated, vegetables undergo several changes in texture, flavor, odor, color, and nutrient retention. Understanding these phenomena can help to retain as much of their quality as possible during preparation. Texture. High temperatures gelatinized starch decreases bulk by softening cellulose and the cause of reduction in turgor due to water loss. Next is flavor. Vegetables obtain their flavors from assorted of volatile oils, organic acids, sulfur compounds, mineral salt, carbohydrates, and polyphenolic compounds. Next is odor. Food odor contribute to the perception of the flavor, but some odors such as that from cooked cabbage or onion may be undesirable. These pungent odors are generated by sulfur compounds present in the Curiciferae family and the Allium genus. Next is color. Both fat and water-soluble pigments are affected by pH, heating, and the presence of metals. Undesirable color changes can be prevented in a number of the ways. Nutrient retention. Carefully preparation of vegetables conserves important document. Dry heat preparation. First is baking. Some vegetables, especially potatoes, winter squash, onions, stuffed green peppers, and tomatoes can be baked whole at approximately 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 177 degrees Celsius. Next is frying. Vegetables can be pan-fried, stir-fried, or deep-fried. Example is potato. Potato is a common pan-fried of the vegetables. Moist heat preparation. First is simmering. Vegetables should not be boiled, but instead shimmered in as little water as possible to avoid nutrient loss and adverse effects on flavor, texture, and color. Steaming. Steaming sometimes takes a little longer than simmering, about 5 to 10 minutes more, but provide better retention of flavor, texture, and color. Next is microwaving, one of the best way to maintain vegetables, texture, color, and nutrients. Plating presentation, essential factor of food presentation. First, good presentation and cooking techniques is the proper cutting and cooking vegetables. Second, professional skills, ability to perform according to required standard. Third, visual sense, effective food presentation depend on the understanding of techniques involving balance, arrangement, and garniture. First is balance. Balance. Select foods and garnishes that offer variety and contrast. This should be applied to colors, shapes, texture, and flavor. Next is portion size. Match portion sizes and plates. Balance the portion sizes of the items on the plates. Lastly, arrangement on the plate. Many chefs display their creativity in plating presentation. One important thing to keep in mind is the convenience and comforts of the diner when plating. Plating styles with vegetable dishes. Classic arrangement. First, maintain an item in front, vegetable starch items and garnish at the rear. Second, maintain item in the center with vegetables distributed around it. Third, main items in the counter with neat piles of vegetables carefully arranged around. Fourth, a starch or vegetable item heaped in the center. The main items sliced and leaning up against it. Creative presentation techniques. Vegetable purees. First, cook vegetables until soft, then drain well. Second, in food processor, process vegetable smooth puree. Third, add melted butter or margarine. Fourth, season with salt and pepper and process again. Fifth, add whipping cream. Sixth, using ice cream scoop, shape puree in heat-proof plate and place in oven or microwave until hot. Ribbon vegetables. First, with vegetables peeler, shared carrot, courgette, and radish into long ribbons about 2.5 cm wide, pressing slightly with peeler so ribbon will be very thin. Second, toss vegetables either melted butter or margarine. Third, cook until tender crisp. Vegetables ring. First, with sharp knife, cut 3 peppers, green, yellow, red, and onion into rings. Second, remove core, seeds, and membranes from peppers. Third, toss vegetables with melted butter or margarine. Fourth, cook until tender crisp. Fifth, serve hot or refrigerate to serve chilled. Guidelines in plating. First, keep food off the rim of the plate. Second, arrange the items of the convenience of the customer. Third, keep space between items unless they are stacked on one another. Fourth, maintain unity. Fifth, make every component count. Sixth, add sauce or gravy attractively on plate. 7. Keep it simple. Storage of vegetables. After are harvested, they are still viable and continue to respire by taking up oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. Refrigerated. A cooler temperature is the most important factor in reducing respiration rates, and fresh vegetables will last at least 3 days in refrigerated. Storage time for various vegetables are ultimately based on their water content. First is a special storage requirement. Some vegetables require special storage treatment. Second, maintain moisture. An excellent way to retain moisture in vegetables is to store them in a refrigerator's crisper. Third is freezing. Fresh vegetables should not be frozen unless they are first blanched. Dry storage. Proper storage does not automatically imply refrigeration. Tomatoes, eggplants, winter squash, potatoes, dried legumes, and most bulbs should never be stored in a refrigeration. First is storing potatoes. Stored in the refrigerator undergo the conversion of their starch to glucose and develop an undesirable waxy consistency when cooked. Potatoes will keep for a couple of weeks at room temperature stored in baskets or bag with hole, or longer in a cool root cellar. Second is a controlled atmosphere storage. Beyond simple refrigeration is a high-tech method of preservation called controlled atmosphere storage, available to commercial food companies. These special methods slow down the natural respiration of fresh vegetables by reducing the amount of oxygen and increasing the amount of carbon dioxide available to the item while in storage. Thank you, class, for listening, and I hope you learned something from our discussion today. For your assessment, kindly answer this. First is give the essentiality of proper storing of vegetables, preparation guidelines, and plating presentation. And you may pass this during our next meeting. For your performance task, prepare any available vegetable dish at home, document through a video presentation, and you may pass your video presentation on Messenger. Just, just send me a private message. Thank you, and I hope you learned something from our discussion today. See you on our next meeting. God bless everyone.